Hey, what's up, gamers? This is Mystic. I am here today in the PvP lobby to bring you the next episode of Fact vs. Fail, where we talk about gameplay and a lot of the rumors and a lot of the gossip and a lot of the things that may be true and might just not be true. You never know. The first thing I want to talk about today on Fact vs. Fail is the belief that whenever you start a PvP match, if you dance or beg or do any of those emotes before the match starts, that it'll allow you to go first. That is a long-standing thought, rumor, whatever you want to call it, as far as PvP goes. Long-standing. I heard of that years ago, and to this day it still persists. So let me tell you what the answer to that is. The answer to that is no. It does not make any difference what you do. If you striptease in that ring, it doesn't matter what you do. If you eat a sandwich, if you howl at the moon, it doesn't matter. It's a randomly generated event as to who goes first. Beg all you want. Sorry guys, it's just not going to happen for you. It's just funny to even think about it. I'm sorry. Alright, so I'm going to move on now and flash over to the next area for the next Fact vs. Fail question. I'll be right back in 1 second. Okay, for the next Fact vs. Fail question. I am in the Polarian Shipwreck Housing Bundle. There is the rumor, the saying, the thought that there is a secret passageway in here that goes all the way around this place. Now, some of you know about this already, some of you don't. This question is really kind of for newer, more interested, housing-oriented players. The answer to that is this. Yes, it is right here. When you come in your main doors, by the way, that's a nice staircase. I've always liked this grand staircase. I love big sweeping staircases. Anyway, back on the subject. The secret passageway, when you come down the stairs, is directly to your left, directly through the door, and directly through this wall. And goes pretty much, well, all over mutton and half of creation. You can peek in on people if you're having a party. See who's talking about you, or just talking about you at all, whether it's good, bad, or otherwise. See the skating rink, and goes all the way around. Where you pop out another wall by the skating rink. Okay, so that one is the answer to that question. Let me pop over to the next place and we'll address another one. Be right back. Okay, now for the next Fact vs. Fail question. And this is one also that's pretty long-standing and it really does need to be addressed because I see it to this day even. And that question is this. A lot of people will wait before a fight to have someone else get in slot 1 because they feel that that person is going to be the one to take all the damage. They'll be relatively safe or safer or what have you. And so everyone stands and waits for someone to be brave enough to step out there and be first. The actual question is this. If I am in a position other than first, am I safe from attacks? And the answer to that is no, you are not safe from attacks. Even though a person going first, see, let's explain how this works so you understand why being first, second, or whatever isn't necessarily the thing. These opponents work on what's called threat. Threat is any action that you do that's against these opponents, be it healing, because you can draw threat for healing, and frequently I have drawn threat for healing. You can draw threat for attacks. You can draw threat for blading other people. It all varies in the amount of threat that you draw. But just because you're in first place or second place or what have you place doesn't always mean that you're going to be safe from attack. A prime example of this is the Olympus battle with Cronus. Cronus will right off the bat hit this, or his cronies, his helpers, or minions, whatever you want to call them, will hit the guy second in line. The guy second in line doesn't have to do anything. He will get hit. In these multiple opponent battles, sure, there are some that are more likely to hit the first guy, but you are never safe. It all depends on the threat that you draw. As well, if you don't do anything or don't cast any spell at all, your drops will get, you'll get less of a drop or no drop at all. So you really have to cast some kind of a spell and draw some kind of threat. But just being in first place doesn't always mean that that's the person that's going to draw the damage. It doesn't always work that way. Some fights, yes, but a lot of these advanced fights, I think that KI caught onto that and they've cut that out. Like I said, at least Cronus. Cronus is one. I think Rattlebones is another. If you come in late, he'll mana burn you. You already got threat because you came in late. So, guys, don't be afraid. Just jump out there and fight. That's what this is about. Really. Okay? Now, that being said, let's go on to the next question, and I will pop out of here and be right back where we're going to go with that. Okay, I am here in lovely Cyclops Lane with the pretty green trees and the lovely blue water and the big ominous dark shadows of the fish to address the next fact versus fail question, which has to do with fishing. The question is this: do I have to use the exact school and exact rank of lure that the fish is to catch the fish? The answer to that is this. No, you do not have to use the exact school and the exact rank. However, using the exact school will increase your chances. And if you use a rank of lure higher than the fish is, you'll actually add 5% per level to your fishing luck. So it'll actually give you more luck to use a higher lure than the fish is. I had this straight from Gary Scott, so we know it's a fact. If you use a higher lure, and of course thus more energy, to try to catch that fish, then you're going to have a little bit of luck added to that. So no, you do not have to use the exact lure. Whoops, I hit the button and moved forward a little bit. You don't have to use the exact lure or the exact rank, and in fact, using a higher rank helps you a little bit. So there you go. That's the answer to the fishing question. I think that what I'm going to do is move on to maybe, let's do one more question, and I will phase out for that and be right back. Okay, I am back once again. The final question for this fact versus fail video will be this. I've heard this talked about a little bit, well, a fair amount, and I have to make it a fact versus fail question, and that is this. Will it cost me more to mix a pet that has a higher pedigree than it costs me to mix a pet that has a lower pedigree? Now, to explain what that really means is, let's go to our pets. Okay? Her pedigree is this. She has a 67 pedigree, which means that is the total of all talents. We've covered that before. That's the total of all of her talents that she might get. The 36 is the talent that she does have. Now, the answer to the question of will it cost me more for a pet with a higher pedigree is this. Yes, it will cost you more gold to mix a pet that has a higher pedigree. Now, mind you, the talents notwithstanding, it has nothing to do with talents, mind you. Not the talents the pet is manifested, but the total pedigree of the pet. If you have a pet that you're training to do nothing but get a bunch of epic talents, and mind you, all those epic talents are nice and flashy and all that, but they're not always useful. So if you're training a pet just as a vanity pet, expect to spend some gold, because the higher the pedigree, the more it'll cost you to mix that pet. And more than likely, I'm not quite sure about the answer to this, but I imagine that it does, the more it will cost your partner to mix with your high pedigree pet. So, yes, the answer is yes. The higher the pedigree, the more gold it will cost you. Alright? I think that's quite enough questions for this video. I'm really missing doing this series, so I think I might just be doing a couple more very soon, near future. Guys, shoot me some questions that you might want to have answered in fact versus fail. If I use it, I will give you credit I'll give you credit in the description. How about that? I'm bad with names sometimes, so I might not mention names, but I'll give you description credit, okay? Guys, if you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and share. Maybe leave me a comment about other games or other series or other questions or any other craziness you want to see me play. If you'd like, leave a comment to talk to me, to ask me questions, or just shoot the breeze, because I love to talk to you guys back. This is Skeletal Mystic reminding you that whatever else you do, always love the game. Peace! Hey, what's up, gamers? This is Skeletal Mystic. Welcome back to Pet Training Baby to Mega. This time, I'm going to be featuring this cute little critter here, the Chieftain's Owl, which drops from the Numbskull Chieftain up there in the River of Frozen Tears in Polaris. Now, let me show you what he's got as far as school and